Okay, let's try this little experiment. We're going to do in this little video how to use Nero so you can make CD copies if you want to pass around to your friends. And the reason is if you give them your CD, maybe it doesn't come back, and not only that, you might lose the CD or it might be damaged. So it's good to have a backup copy. So the first thing you can see, and I'm just checking, you can see where the mouse is moving around here. In your hard drive, we'll call that C, normally it is, and you want to get all your music in the same location. And you might want to break it down into categories, but you know, everyone's a little bit different. If you were picking the songs that you want, maybe you want a little bit of different categories, so you might put all your music in the same location. Now, one of the things in Nero, when you're loading the songs, let's say you load 10 songs. Well, the first song that you highlight is going to be the first song on your CD. One of the neat things about CD is you can actually pick the order of the songs, how they play. And in order to do this, I'm just going to move the screen over a little bit so you'll be able to get an idea of what I've done here. You can see here that even though this is not fully organized, but you'll get the general idea. For example, Elton John, the last song, I've got it numbered 001. The reason that I make the 2 zeros and then start the number is if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, number 11 will show up after number 1. And the reason is 1, 1 is a lower number than 2. I mean, that's kind of the computer logic. So by making all the zeros, you're going to be able to number your songs. Try to number from, say, 1 to 25. From number 001 will be the song that you want to go first. And that way, what you would do is, and I'll show you when we bring up Nero in a minute, is you just highlight the mouse, hold down the shift key, and then you're just going to highlight all the songs, and they'll play in this exact order. And you'll see in Nero, and I'll highlight this in a minute also, that it will tell you 80 minutes. You cannot have more than that on your, generally on a CD-R, 80 minutes is the maximum. So that tends to be between, say, 20 and 25 songs, depending how long the various songs are. So this is the first thing that you're going to do, is get all your music in the C drive, keep it all in the same location, make a backup copy too, by the way, on a USB. That way, just in case something crazy happens, you've got a backup plan. So once you've done that, then you can open Nero and go to the next step of loading and making the actual CD music. By the way, don't worry about the noise in the background. That's the air conditioner, and the fact that it's so hot, like hoo-yah. Now the first thing that you're going to notice, let me just move this down a little bit. Now, of course, I don't know what version of Nero you have. I assume that we're probably working on the same. I haven't really noticed that the program changes that much as they do updates. At the top here, you've got different categories. I always leave it on CD, DVD, and never had any problem with that. And then what you're going to notice along here, as you move across, you'll see you get different options. The thing that we're looking for is audio, and you've got music there, and we want to make an audio CD, and it basically is going to be a music CD. So you just click there, and then another menu is going to show up. Maybe, I'm still waiting for it to show up, but let's just give it a second. Now the menu has opened, and you're going to see here a button on the top right says Add. So you click that button, and now you're going to go and find where your files are located on the C drive. Let's say you've called it C and Music. So let's click Add and we'll see what happens. Now what you're going to do after you click add, you're going to open up the search, and you want to find C drive and then your music. I put this A music so it would show up right away. Then you open your folder, and I'm going to pick the first one here, and now we have a whole bunch of songs. So again, you take the mouse. Now remember, you've already organized all your songs, so you know exactly the order. So let's say that I just pick a bunch of these, doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to move this over so that you can see on the bottom right hand side, you're going to see a button there that says add. So let's click add, and you'll see now what's happening is it's loading all these files into Nero, and then you're just going to find out if you're ready to make a copy. So then here you can go down to, let's just get this out of the way, because you're going to actually have two menus. One is for loading, and here is the actual menu that I'll bring up. And right here might be a little bit, I think you can see that okay. It's got the proper order of your songs. And if you, maybe I'll just change that just. Now what you've got here is, if we go right to the first one, it's Elton John. It'll tell you how long. And a really important thing, if I can highlight this over here a little bit, is right down here where the mouse is moving. This is going to be on the bottom right hand side. It's going to give you your total time. Because I'm not actually making a music CD right now, I'm just going through the steps. And right now it's showing up as 68:51. Now if you happen to have say 85 minutes, well, it can't make an audio music CD 85. It's got to be 80 minutes or less. What you would do would be, for example, you might want to highlight that song, and you can actually delete it. So if you click delete, then it'll say, do you want to remove that item? You click yes, and then you'll check your time again to make sure. If you find that you're, say, at only 74 minutes, you would go up here and you would click the add button and add another song. So you'll always be able to add, delete, to make sure you fall within your proper time frame. And when you're ready and you've got everything all set up, down here in the very bottom right, you're going to click next. And so let's just click next and we'll see what happens. And then I'll bring up another one. Now every computer is a little bit different. I would expect that your DVD drive might be D, I'm just guessing, and let's assume it is. And if you look closely there, this is showing up as E, because I have a CD drive and I have a DVD drive. If it's not, then you click and you've got various different options. And when you're ready and everything is all set up, you look down here at the bottom and you click burn. And I can't burn because I'm not actually making a CD right now, because I'm just making this little video. So everything is all set up. Once you click burn, then the next menu is going to show up, and that's when it's actually burning, and you'll be able to see the progress on your screen. When it's all finished, then it'll say complete, click OK, and that's that.